Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another session of this course on Islamic inheritance law. In this session, we shall be looking at the meaning of the words walad and kalāla in the context of Islamic inheritance law. The word walad appears in all of the three inheritance verses, which give details of actual inheritance shares in Surah An-Nisa, ayah numbers 11, 12, and 176. Linguistically, walad broadly denotes a child, male or female, son, daughter, children, or even grandchildren, functioning as singular or plural, much like the word proles in Latin. Classical sources such as Lisan al-Arab and Lane's lexicon confirm this. It means a child, son, daughter, young one, or offspring of any kind. The jurists across the four Sunni schools of jurisprudence, namely Hanfi, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali, restrict walad in ayahs 11 and 12 of Surah Nisa to direct sons, daughters, or agnatic grandchildren through the male line, however distant, singular, or plural. This technical fiqh usage ensures fixed shares. A male receives twice the share of a female among the children and grandchildren of equal footing, blocking the parents' and surviving spouses' larger portions if such heirs exist. The diagram outlines all the children and grandchildren in the first four generations which are included in the term walad. These are the son, the daughter, and all children through a son or son's son, however low down the family tree. As mentioned already, the word walad also appears in ayah 176 of Surah Nisa. The Sunni jurists limit the meaning of the word walad in this ayah to a son or agnatic grandson, however low, excluding daughters, to prioritize male siblings' double shares. This consensus preserves Sharia's balance in residual inheritance cases. The diagram shows that walad in ayah 176 refers to son, son's son, son's son's son, and so on, no matter how low down the line of succession. The word Kalāla only appears in the Quran twice, in ayahs 12 and 176 of Surah Nisa. In both cases, it is related to inheritance shares. Its meaning has been a source of controversy. Imam al-Tabari, who died in 310 Anno Hijri, in his monumental work Jami al-Bayan, documents around 27 authoritative statements, shawahid, on the meaning of the word Kalāla. 14 define it as the deceased, the mayyit, or the mawruth, the one who leaves no direct heirs, while 12 view it as the heirs themselves, the waratha, referring to the collateral heirs, excluding both parents and children. One authority allows both meanings. The majority of the Prophet ﷺ's companions, including Hadrat Abu Bakr, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Zayd ibn Thabit, ibn Abbas, ibn Mas'ud, radiyallahu anhum, as well as the 7 fuqaha of Medina and the 4 great imams, settled on Kalāla, meaning a person who dies leaving neither walad nor walid, meaning someone who dies leaving no descendants nor ascendants. This became the predominant view, guiding faraid shares for siblings in such cases. We have already discussed the meaning of the word walad in ayahs 11, 12, and 176. The jurists, the fuqaha, disagree on the meaning of walid in the context of the meaning of the word kalāla. The Hanfi fiqh interpret meaning of the word kalāla in ayat 176 as man la walad lahu wa la walid, that is, a person who dies leaving behind neither a walad, meaning son or agnatic grandson, however low, nor a walid, meaning father, and true grandfather, however high. So the word walid, according to the Hanfi fiqh, includes the father and true grandfather. The Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali fiqh interpret meaning of the word Kalāla in ayat 176 as man la walad lahu wala ab, meaning a person who dies leaving behind neither a son nor agnatic grandson, however low, and no father. So the meaning of walid in this context is restricted to the father only. This diagram shows the meaning of the word Kalāla in ayat 176 according to the Hanfi fiqh. To reiterate, Kalāla refers to the deceased who leaves no walad, that is, no son nor agnatic grandson, however remote down the male line, and no walid, meaning no father nor true grandfather, however high up the male line. The term true grandfather, al-Jad al-Sahih, refers to the paternal grandfather, no matter how high up the family tree. This diagram depicts the view of the other three Sunni madhahib, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali, on the meaning of Kalāla in ayah 176. According to these three madhahib, Kalāla describes the deceased who leaves no walad, meaning no son nor agnatic grandson, however remote down the male line, and no walid, strictly limited to the father only. This contrasts with Hanfi fiqh position, who often the meaning of walid to include the paternal grandfather. This will be discussed in detail on the session on the inheritance on the grandfather. This brings us to the end of this session. Insha'Allah, see you in the next one.